Welcome back students. I am your SST teacher Vandana Joshi and you are watching SST June. Students, as in our 7th chapter of geography which we have started in our last video, that is human environment, till now we have studied about the settlements. Now in today's video we will study about the transport system, how the human beings started the transport and what are the medium of the transport. So let's start with our today's new topic, that is transport. So first of all we will see what is transport. So students, transport, as we know, that is a medium by which movement of people and goods become easy. That people can move from one place to another place, and for that they are using a medium, that is transport. So students, when the transport started, or from where the idea of transport became started. So let's see a little history of the transport. What is the history of transport? So we can say since a very last time, or from the ancient time, when the growth of population going to be increased and the settlement of people also increased. That time, during that time, what happens? The need for carrying goods and peoples or the persons from one place to another place also grew. Why? Because now after when the human beings were developed, they want more and more development in their lifestyle. So the transportation need also grew there. So and after that it was the starting, that was the starting of discovery of wheels, and through which the transported or the transport system was made easier. Through the invention of wheels, the transport become much easier. If you have seen in the movies or the serials which are related to the historical drama, there you have seen that the human beings, those are living in the ancient time or in the past time, what they were doing, they were using the animals also for their transportation, as horse, donkeys and bulls, for the different type of vehicles, and basically they were using the wheels with that. And also nowadays also, if you can see, in many areas the human beings are using the animals for their transportation. But there is not only one medium of transport, there are more medium. If you will compare the mediums of the transport, basically the transport system is divided into 4 parts. What are these parts? First is roadways, second is railways, third is waterways, and the fourth is airways. So now today, one by one, we will see what are these 4 types of transport. So first of all, we will see what is roadways. So as all we know about the roadways, roadways are the most universal, or we can say which are widespread medium. These are the widespread mode of transport. They are the fastest and most commonly used means to transport goods and peoples. Also these are cheaper, For the long or the short distance, we can easily afford the roadways transport. So let's see what are the roadways transports and how these are working. Students, if you will see, the roads link the fields and farms to factories, factories to markets, and the goods can be delivered right at the doorstep of the consumer. Roads have major advantages over other means of transport because roads can be easily constructed in hilly and remote areas. Roads can be metalled or unmetalled. Metal roads are called pakka roads. Okay, and these are built of stone and the coal tars, and they are also called the surface road. The roads made of mud and stones are unmetalled, are known as the kacha roads. They run through the villages and the rural establishments. So what we have seen here, the roads are also divided into two parts, that is pakka roads and the kacha roads. Students, roads in India can be divided into national highways, state highways, district roads and the village roads. As you can see in this given map, it has been shown all type of national highways in this map. Students, the national highways connect all important cities across the country. On the other hand, the state highways and the district roads connect all cities and towns with one another and are connected with the national highways. In rural areas too, the network of roads is being extended in a big way in order to link every village with major towns in the country. And one more advantage of the roads, that the construction of road is much cheaper than the railways. Students, you have seen one medium of transport, that is roadways. Now let's see what is railways. Students, railways are the lifeline of our country. In many cities, the railways are intercities. These are known as the metros, and these metros are also a lifeline of that city. Students, the railways are the cheapest and the fastest means of land transport and are generally used for long distance traveling. Why the railways are much important? Because they can handle more loads as compared to roadways. Railways are a product of industrial revolution and they contributed a lot towards the development of industries. At present, almost every country has a proper network of railways. There are numbers of transcontinental railways in the world which connect one continent to another. We have trans-mountain railway lines across the Alps. In the past time, initially steam engines were used to run trains, but today they have been replaced by electrical engines which are not only faster but also eco-friendly and do not cause pollution. Today, the railway network of India is the largest in Asia and the second biggest in the world. And the first is Russia, which name is Trans-Siberian Railways. Now you have seen just now the railways. Now let's see what is waterways. Waterways as the route of water. The water bodies like rivers, canals, seas and the oceans are important modes of transportation. These are of two types, inland waterways and the sea routes. And also the sea routes are used by the human beings since a very ancient time. Even the rivers and the Other ways are also used by the human beings before the roadways. So let's see what is waterways. Students, the waterways are the most economical modes of transportation, especially transporting heavy and bulky goods. But generally, it is not used by passengers as they are not fast and take a longer time. As I told you, these are of two types, that is inland waterways and the sea or ocean route. So what are these? The inland waterways including navigable rivers, deep lakes and the canals. They are primarily used for transporting heavy goods within the country at a low cost. And if we talk about the sea and the ocean routes, what are these? Sea and ocean routes are used for transporting merchandise from one part of the world to another. These routes are connected with the ports. The important sea routes are North Atlantic routes, which connect North America with Europe. You can see here the major sea routes of our country as well as of the world. Till now we have seen three types of transporting system, that is roadways, railways and the waterways. Now we will see the 20th century transport, that is airways. What is airways? Airways is a kind of route through air. Airways are network of air routes. They are the fastest and very comfortable means of transport which started in the 20th century. If we talk about the starting of the airlines, the first small commercial airline was started in the 1920s to carry mails. The increased speed and the different type of aircraft soon made it possible to make non-stop flights across oceans and the continents. They have literally had to shrinking of the world. How the world is shrinking? Means the airways are the fastest route. So that's why we can reach in any corner of world within a day. So that's why the world is shrinking. They can cover across mountain, deserts, thick forest and long oceans stretch with ease. According to human needs, now the airways become extremely useful in time and calamities and the disasters and are used for rescuing people and distributing food, water, clothes and the medicines. We have domestic flights to fly any area within a country and international flights to visit other countries and cargo planes to carry goods to various destinations. If you can see, it is a map through which you can see the major air routes of the world. Some important international airports are at New York, Singapore, Paris, Frankfurt, Rome, Karachi, Moscow, London, New Delhi and Mumbai. Almost all the major cities of the world are connected with air routes. As the demand is increasing, most of the airways are managed by the private companies. Students, as in our first chapter, we have seen a type of environment, that is human environment. So now we have seen the human environment, in which we have seen the two types of development. One is in settlement and second is in transportation. So in that we have seen the human beings have developed themselves very well in all the fields. But what about the communication? So in our next video, which is coming in the next part, that is about the communication skills and the communication mediums of the human beings, which we will see in our next video. So for that, keep watching SST June.